Good Monday morning, YouTube. Wheeler here. Wow, that's quite an intro. So anyway, it is, let's see, 12:40 a.m. I just finally got around to getting up and getting down to work here. Was lighting some fireworks yesterday night, took a little bit of a nap, and now I'm back up to get some stuff done. 4th of July is coming around, so we have a couple things here. I'm really not super into the fireworks thing, but younger brothers and everybody else are all into it. So, just kind of having some fun with them. As for the listing today, the listing has to happen. That power outage really threw kind of a wrench in the plans on Saturday. Didn't make the number for the month, but I've agreed with dealer. We can have a mulligan, at least for one time. Which basically I'm going to list tonight, and I'm going to number the items as if they're listed on Saturday. And that's going to be the end of it. Once I get enough items listed for Saturday to make the number, then I can switch over to Monday and this month's listings, which I think that'll work out just fine. I did some sorting and working on these Leica tubes to figure out how they're going to sell best. A lot of these are not used with a lot of the modern cameras, and they really don't have a lot of resale value just because there's not a lot of collectors who really want to collect them. So I think the best way to sell these certain tubes right here are going to be in lots of 6 tubes. As you can see right here, all the different sizes. So I have 2 of those. I have 1 lot of miscellaneous tubes. I have some real good tubes, which are going to be sold separately, and some other good stuff over here that's going to be sold separately. All the stuff that doesn't sell very well is going to be lotted up. That's the way to go with it. So anyway, we have that really good total Leica stuff downstairs, and that's what I'm going to be tackling over the next 2 days. If I can get that knocked out in 2 days, I'll have a huge head start on the whole week, which I believe that's around 200 items. Monday is really going to be it for the week, though, as far as long days of listing, because basically, after Monday, I have Tuesday, which needs to be a recovery day from Monday, and then Wednesday, I have a race. Then Wednesday night, we have the 4th of July stuff, which I'm sure that's going to keep us all late and all that, so Thursday has to be recovery day. Friday, I can get a few things done. Saturday, we have another race in Hayes. So man, whole packed week this week. Without further ado, let's get into the vlog for today. Monday, the long day. Let's get it going. Okay, so photos for about 40 items shot and edited here. Once I get these up, I almost forgot this morning. First of all, I need to edit the vlog for Saturday, and also I need to get my items we sold last week video up. So I mean, that's definitely not priority, but it is going to have to happen this morning. So I'm going to get that done after I get these items listed. That should be pretty good. Because like I said, I think there's around 40 items here, so that'll be a pretty good listing morning anyway. So after I get that done, then we'll see where I'm at, probably take a nap, and then probably get on with some other stuff today. But anyway, here are the items that I pictured, which I'm just guessing around 40, but it might be closer to, I don't know, 30, 35, somewhere around there. A few lots of things, and just a bunch of single items, all pretty good stuff. So let's get up and listed. I guess I can talk briefly about Leica. The brand Leica is a very renowned camera brand. Obviously their cameras today start at around, like, I don't know, $2,000 for some of the real low end stuff, but for their baseline M series cameras, their cameras start right at the 8,000 range, which is quite a lot of money just for a camera body. Their lenses are 1,000 to 4,000 each. So all in all, they're very, very expensive stuff. In the old days, Leicas were still pretty premium, still pretty expensive, but they're definitely not quite as high-end as they are today, and we end up with a lot of different Leica accessories, some of those being really good, and some of them being not quite as good, like I was mentioning these extension tubes right here. They also had some really interesting history in marketing and manufacturing, different places where they're selling stuff. As you can see, this is Elites New York, made in USA, which Lights was the parent company, I believe, of Leica. I'm not sure exactly, but they had some sort of relationship there. Lights and Leica are pretty much interchangeable. But as you can see, New York, made in USA. They also made stuff in Canada later on, and I'm sure they had somewhere else, but most of their high-end stuff was made in Wetzlar, Germany, which was and is where Leica is still based today. So they had some interesting import and other things throughout the years. But basically, the old stuff for Leica is very, very mixed. Some of it sells really, really well and for huge money. Some of it sells for almost nothing, and some of it's right in between there. And for the most part, this stuff is the low end. Right here, these Repro N tubes and these Lights extension tubes right here. Both of those things called the Focus Slide, and also the VisiFlex line of cameras, which really, the collector's market is pretty strong for that stuff, but it's pretty flooded with all these tubes and things, so those don't go for a lot. And then, of course, something like this Do RX, which they are very famous for their weird model names and item numbers, is worth quite a bit of money. I looked this up the other day, and if I remember correctly, this is worth around probably $75 to $100, which is really crazy for one little ring. and especially since it seems exactly like some of these other ones right here. So that just really shows you the Leica stuff and how oddball it is. Here's some more kind of shutter release cable things. This is an Oz XVO. Those have a number below it there. It's just kind of their numbering scheme they went with things. And like I said, the stuff really varies quite a bit. These focusing helicoids for Leica go very well as well. I believe these are over $100 each. We sold quite a few in the past. We only have one in stock right now. And then also, I found this very, very oddball accessory, and this is where you can tend to make a lot of money in this kind of stuff, is odd and rare items. As you can see, Ernest Lights GmbH Wetzlar, which is very good because it is made in Germany. 5 cm equals 3.5x, 9 cm equals 6x, and from what I can tell, I can't find a single one of these, which maybe I'm looking up wrong, but I'm going to do a lot more research and really try and find this thing. But it's definitely not very common. This is a rear lens cap that transforms a normal Leica lens into some sort of a magnified telescope type thing. As you can see, 5 cm equals a 3.5x magnification and 9 cm 6x. So I'm not sure what it's used for, but I was able to test it out. It definitely does work kind of as a spotting scope type thing for certain lenses, and that's really, really odd. So I'm going to have to look that up. It's made out of plastic and has a plastic optic in it, so no idea on that. But Leica stuff, just because it's Leica doesn't necessarily mean it's super, super good. Some of that stuff's pretty cheap, and just because it's old Leica and cheap Leica doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Certain pieces are still worth really good money. So Leica stuff is really confusing. It's something I'm not a huge expert in, and hopefully throughout this whole accessory lot, that'll help my knowledge a little bit. I do know a bit about it because we've dealt with stuff before, but I don't know as much as I'd like. So anyway, pretty rambly there, but hopefully that's interesting to some people there. Let's get that up and listed. Okay, it's a lot later here, just past 5 a.m. Just finished listing all the items here, except for this kind of weird rear lens cap, which I've been trying to identify for about 20 minutes or something like that. Pretty sure I did a close-up on that earlier, but as you can see right there, Ernest Lights Wetzlar, and it's just a rear lens cap with a weird optic in it. So after doing a bunch of different searches, I was actually able to locate it. Unlike my last attempts to do it here on Saturday, after some searches, I was actually able to locate it, as you can see on a screw mount Leica accessory page, cosmonet.org. Rear lens cap, a concave lens is put on the center. It'll become a Galilei-type telescope with the rear cap. So now that I have this information, now I can do some more research and see if I can find it. So far, no luck. Seems to be a pretty rare accessory, which with Leica stuff usually translates to money, especially stuff made in Wetzlar, Germany. Wow, I forgot if I actually had vlogged between the last time I vlogged and now, and I guess not. It is 4:13 p.m. I took a real long nap till about noon, and then I got the vlog edit yesterday, got a bunch of stuff figured out here, and got a new tote of stuff to go for the afternoon. We're having a big, long, crazy Q&A session thing tonight, so I got to get all this stuff done before a reasonable hour, I think before 9 p.m. So I'm just going to try and get as much done as I can. But I have a bunch of different Leica stuff. It should be pretty quick to list, pretty easy stuff, and has the potential to have some real rare stuff in there. So let's get into that. Let's get it going. As you can see, that's just the first stuff I've laid out. I'm just working on getting the stuff out of the tote and onto the table and stored into orderly fashion. Woo, man, this is going to be a test for the windjammers today. It is crazy windy out there. I'm not even sure if you can hear me. But there's a bike. I haven't rode this bike in a while. Actually, BP's been riding it for a while for his paper route and everything else. So I'm not even sure how reliable it is. It's been on the weather and all that. So anyway, I guess today I'm just going to try and see what I still have on the bike. Let's try some of the most basic, worst bike tricks ever, and to see how many I can get on camera. Just a quick warm-up thing. I already tried a few things, warmed up a little bit, so let's make it happen. Camera. Pretty good. And there you go. Of course, we have Sam riding the bike now. I don't know, he's still a bit too small for it, but I guess it works. Wow, this whole vlog today has been kind of scattered, slow, whatever. But anyway, it is right before 9 p.m. Actually, just turned 9 p.m. And I guess we're shooting a question answer for Dealer's channel. So far, I mean, I got that stuff listed earlier this morning, but the second wave has not hit yet. We have this set right here, which I have to say is around 100 items, and I pictured around 60 of them, so I'll be editing those afterwards and getting them listed after the Q&A. Probably won't stay up too late tonight. I said I was going to try and get 10 hours of sleep, so I guess that means I have to go to bed by like, I don't know, midnight, 1 a.m., somewhere in there, and just sleep in a bit. So anyway, Q&A, and then let's get this stuff knocked out and going. And here we go, behind the scenes at Dealer Productions. Getting all this gear set up for the Q&A. We have these couple lights, which take a minute to warm up here, but that should give us some pretty good light for this whole set right here. So it's almost feeling like the old days. I remember when we used to film these things. But there we go, 2 lights. There's the setup. Let's get that thing filmed. Okay, the shoot is done. There's everything getting broken down. Oh man. I'm actually going to be curious to see how long that whole thing was once it goes up on Dealer's channel, The Crazy Picker Life. if you're following me and not him, I don't know what you're doing. But anyway, it will be going up on there, and I bet it's 2.5 hours long, 2 hours long. It was a crazy long show, man. Okay. As you can tell, I'm still energetic and all that, so I guess we'll see what I can get done tonight. Let's get some stuff listed. Still should have some time. Okay, so I thought about it for a little while, and the plan for tonight is going to be to stay up for 2 more hours and get as much stuff as I can listed. That includes editing the photos I already took here, and then if I can get all that stuff listed, I'll photo some more, but I'm pretty skeptical that I'll be able to get much more than that listed, so I guess that's going to be about it. After that, I'm going to go for 10 hours of sleep tonight, and 10 hours of sleep tomorrow night before the race on Wednesday. I ran a couple races in the last month or two, and they have not been that fun, mainly because I didn't get enough sleep. Races are fun and should be fun, but on low sleep, they're not that fun, so that's the deal. I think I got like 3 hours of sleep before my last one, and even though I did pretty good, it just wasn't as fun. So I'm going to try and get plenty of sleep tonight and plenty of sleep tomorrow night. But before that, I can't put it all off till tomorrow. I got to get some stuff done, so let's get these listed. Okay, and there are the photos imported and edited, ready to list. Let's get these items up and listed. Just going to do some head down listing for the next hour and a little bit, until 2 a.m. in the morning. Photos turned out pretty good, as usual. Okay, it's the next morning, and I did not end the vlog for yesterday. I had a crazy spider hunt, and then I listed some items. We're at 1494, and 26 items listed. And that does not include the makeup ones I did early on, so I think we were a total on 50 yesterday. So all in all, not the best day ever, but pretty good, and it was a successful Monday. Back at it again the next days of the week, obviously. That's how the momentum contest thing works. Anyway, thanks for watching the vlog for today. Like, comment, subscribe below if you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more vlogs in the future. Wheeler out. Goodbye.